What's up, Juventini? Alberto here. Got all your Juve news. All right, Roma making contact for Federico Chiesa. We'll take a look at the latest there. There is interest coming in for Dusan Vlahovic. We have renewal talk on two players. And then a journalist saying that it is next to nil for Allegri remaining. And another one goes all in saying that that next coach already hired. We're going to take a look at all the rumblings today. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the AJC. Let's rock. First things first, Juve apparently have made contacts for Spinazzola, and it was largely speculated that his future was going to be away from Roma. However, the recent confirmations of moving forward with Daniele De Rossi could change the player's will. That is what's being looked at right now. For Dean Huijsen, who is Juve property on loan at Roma, apparently Juve could see some offers around the 30 million euro range. Newcastle, Atletico, Dortmund, three teams said to be interested. Roma obviously apparently wants his services as well moving into next season. For them, it's going to be tough to match any types of funds on a sale. So what's going to be interesting also is that it is now all of a sudden unknown how Juve is going to respond to the offers. And now they're starting to paint a picture that Juve could potentially act and sell Dean Huijsen to fund the Mercado. As we've been saying for quite some time, this Mercado could go in many different directions. I don't necessarily think that there's any player outside of a couple like Cambiaso or Yildiz that I would rule out completely from being moved, okay? Now, in terms of renewals, one of those guys that I just listed is going to be set for renewal. We're looking at Champions League being secured, and then the renewals for Rugani and Yildiz will be finalized. Yildiz also set to receive that number 10, okay? Now we get to Arsenal showing interest in Dusan Vlahovic, and all the reports seem to state the same outcome, that the offer is not going to be one that will satisfy Juventus or see them move Dusan Vlahovic, all right? Now for Federico Chiesa, well, all the reports speculating around Roma could potentially be true, as there are some outlets stating that Roma has made contacts for Federico Chiesa, and Daniele De Rossi is hot to bring the player in. However, the strong sources are still saying there's many positive signs of that one-year bridge renewal being finalized between Chiesa and Juventus, all right? So I just don't think the means are going to be there for Roma to pull anything out on Federico Chiesa. Mirko Di Natale, in terms of the Allegri situation, states that the chances of him staying are next to nil. All right, now you have a ton of speculation. Conte's name, as many Juventini would like to see him return, he is still being listed as not an option for Juventus, and there have been no contacts made there. I just fail to believe he is not in the mix. But Sebastiano Sarno has doubled down. Further, he's actually gone all in on Thiago Motta, stating that he has already been hired and it is finalized, and everyone is just waiting for the end of the season for the announcement to come. All right, so that's the news hitting you today. Of course, we have Max Allegri himself chasing what would be a record-breaking fifth Coppa Italia trophy, all right? And I do actually hope he gets that, because I want to see this team win a trophy, as that's all that it really comes down to, is winning. We've got Lazio in the second leg of the semifinal in this Coppa Italia tomorrow. We've got his presser right now. Don't forget, we're going to be live 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, getting you hyped up for that game. He says, Chiesa, he reiterates how important Chiesa is to Juventus, and his actions are critical for us in the attacking phase. But he says everything is going to be evaluated, as we are going to need changes coming out of that Cagliari match. All right, speaking about the Cagliari match, he says we have to simply put that one aside and forget about it. We are going to find a completely different team tomorrow, one that's going to attack us, etc. We are going to have to be ready for the fight. Speaking about his future, his job, he says, I perform a job that I like. The company is entitled to evaluate the surplus of a coach in any way, shape, or form it sees fit. All right, so again, all the rumors stating that Max even knows that they're going to hire another manager. I think he may just sense the writing's on the wall, but I still fail to believe they would come out flat out and tell him, look, at the end of the season, you are gone. Why would you do that with objectives still on the line? I don't see it. All right. And if you were going to go to that route, then you might as well do it now and just get an interim in. It seems a little bit strange to me. Maybe the respect factor, I just can't see a scenario where they tell him up front. I think he just knows the writing is on the wall. Agree, disagree? You guys know the drill. Hit me in the comments with everything you think about the news you just heard today, and let's mix it up. And I can't wait, now that I'm back from my tournament, to see you all live tomorrow morning. All right, so fino alla fine, forza Juve, ciao tutti.